This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back. Happy Friday. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad. Let's jump right into the final session of the week. Looking at breadth, we had 483 new highs versus 114 new lows. 69% were advancing versus 28% declining on the NYSE, 28% below the 50-day moving average, and 51% below the 200-day. We closed at the highs of the session on par volume on the SPY. We are just drifting higher here. Not many catalysts to the downside. What I mean by that is the big giant robot, it's doing its job with all the passive inflows and buying up the market right now. If you take a look at the show notes, I'm sharing two charts. Well, it's really both the same stock as QQQ. The first chart shows a red trend line that goes back to 2008. You can see how important this trend line is because it's held and provided support from every sell-off, including this tariff fiasco of 2025. But if you look at the second chart, there's a green trend line that goes back to December of 2022. And once we broke that, we really started to sell off. But prices right now are challenging the underside and backtesting that green trend line right now. So that's something to potentially be cautious of next week. If we get there, we may start to find some resistance, if that even exists anymore. It's really a question of, are we back on this Titanic thinking that we hit the iceberg, but, we're still okay. It's unsinkable. We'll see. Some other things that popped up, NVIDIA, Cisco, and OpenAI are the companies that are working with the UAE Stargate that was announced this week. The S&P closed up for the fifth winning session, also notched 5% gain for the week. Seems like the China-U.S. trade tensions have vanished. No one is buying puts. Is VIX going to zero? Looking at profitable companies in the NASDAQ making new highs, there were 13, including names like Monster Beverage, eBay, and Netflix. For the day, almost every sector closed in the green, and for the week, every sector closed in the green. For the week ended, technology led the way, up 7.7%. Consumer cyclical was up 6.7%. Communication services up 6%. Industrials up 5%. Energy up 2.7%. Utilities up 1.6%. You cannot argue with this performance right now. In the S&P, you had United Health Group up 6.5%, bouncing here. Moderna was up 5.4%. Pfizer was up 5.1%. Humana was up 4.3%. SMCI 4.3%. Cigna 3.6%. Lamb Weston 3.5%, and the NASDAQ hit Adobe up 3%.
We can't forget that this is just a small taste of the in-depth analysis that Not Your Advisor provides. They don't just throw numbers at you. They connect the dots, find those hidden trends, and help you understand what's driving the markets.
If you want the full picture, you got to check out the full Not Your Advisor episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to notyouradvisor.com.
And all their premium content. I mean, it's like having a direct line to what's really going on in the market.
It is. It really is. They cut through all the BS and give you the kind of info that you just won't find anywhere else.
Think about this. Investing is all about making decisions that work for you and your goals. You're the one in control.
Not Your Advisor can give you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
And with that empowering thought, we'll sign off. Happy investing.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.